Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday afternoon, we got a hold of a brand new declassified FBI memo that not only confirms all of Hillary Clinton's criminal behavior, but also that the Obama administration actually worked to cover it all up. And so, folks, to say the least, right this very moment, let's just say that Hillary Clinton is absolutely freaking out. But now, before we take a look at that memo and really break all of that down, first, we need to talk about something very peculiar that Hillary Clinton actually had to say just yesterday afternoon. Because yesterday afternoon, Hillary Clinton, one of Donald Trump's sworn enemies, actually said that she'd be willing to nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize. Take a look.
There will be no exchange of territory, and that over a period of time, Putin should be actually withdrawing from the territory he seized in order to demonstrate good faith efforts, let us say, not to threaten European security. If President Trump were the architect of that, I'd nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, that's a little bit weird, don't you think? These two have absolutely hated each other for over a decade now, and you all know that Hillary Clinton has done everything she could possibly do to try to tear down President Trump, but here she is, just yesterday afternoon, saying that she'd be willing to nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize. And so, folks, this is where we get to today's bombshell news, because once you all take a look at what I've got to show you, I think you're all going to understand just why Hillary Clinton is, all of a sudden, looking to play nice. So without further delay, what do you say we go ahead and actually take a look at this declassified FBI memo? Let it play.
The Obama Justice Department ordered federal lawyers to do and not to do concerning the Hillary Clinton email investigation. Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge tells us in sworn testimony on Capitol Hill, one of the insiders told lawmakers what she was told.
During closed-door testimony last summer, former FBI lawyer Lisa Page said the Obama administration's Justice Department advised the FBI not to pursue the gross negligence statute for Hillary Clinton in the mishandling of classified information. Former U.S. Attorney and House Republican John Ratcliffe led the line of questioning about the statute, known as 18 U.S.C. 793. Ratcliffe, you're making it sound like it was the department that told you you're not going to charge gross negligence because we're the prosecutors. Page interrupted. That is correct. Page's testimony appears to conflict with then FBI Director James Comey's recommendation in July 2016 against criminal charges for Clinton.
What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
Absolutely no outside influence, huh? So that was a lie. What we now know, according to the FBI's own internal memo that has now been declassified, is that multiple FBI field offices were actually investigating Hillary Clinton for her pay-to-play and bribery schemes. And then what happened? Well, Barack Obama's Department of Justice issued a direct and explicit order to the FBI agents that were investigating Hillary Clinton to, quote, shut it down. Folks, this isn't a smoking gun, this is a smoking bazooka. But now, folks, what I want to do next is really take a deep dive into what exactly happened here. But first, I want to say real quick that if you guys enjoy the daily news updates, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. But okay, take a look at this.
Tonight, we're going to tell you about the other Clinton investigation, one that was running in 3 separate FBI offices, New York, Washington, and Little Rock. It was a predicated criminal investigation that was examining whether Hillary Clinton ran a pay-to-play scheme that delivered favors from her perch as Secretary of State, while foreigners and others paid large sums of money to her family foundation, the Clinton Foundation, run by Bill Clinton and their daughter, eventually Chelsea Clinton. 3 separate agencies, 3 separate bureaus, offices of the FBI believe they had predicated evidence to pursue that. Every time they tried to move the ball down the road in the shadows of the 2016 election, they got shut down. I mean, they got shut down at the highest levels of their agency. Andrew McCabe, the deputy director, a man who potentially had a conflict of interest with Hillary Clinton. He So his wife got money from Hillary Clinton's former campaign chair to run for a Virginia state Senate. And by the way, McCabe attended the meeting where that assistance was solicited. He eventually was conflicted out, but not before he gave the order to his agents that you won't investigate or do anything on this unless I approve it. Downstream from them, four different U.S. attorneys' offices under Barack Obama were asked for help by the agents. Agents need help. We need a grand juror. We need to get evidence. We want to move the case down the road. All three of those four offices told the agents, you're on your own. We will not assist you in your pursuit of criminal charges against Hillary Clinton. And then perhaps the most extraordinary statement in the document that we are going to show you on screen now. They can put it up as you're looking here. The Deputy Attorney General for Barack Obama, Sally Yates, explicitly told the FBI, shut it down, meaning the corruption probes of Hillary Clinton. Think about this. While Donald Trump was out on the campaign trail chanting, lock her up, maybe there was a good reason to lock up Hillary Clinton, he would argue every night, the Obama Justice Department was telling the FBI agents who also thought there might be a reason to lock up Hillary Clinton, shut it down. Remember those words.
Folks, it doesn't get any more clear-cut than that. Barack Obama's Department of Justice explicitly told the FBI agents that were investigating Hillary Clinton's criminal behavior to, quote, shut it down. And so now we can all tell why Hillary Clinton is looking to play nice with President Trump all of a sudden, even offering to nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize. It's because she knows that day by day, all of her criminal behavior is getting exposed and that soon she's going to get held accountable. But you know what? Very curiously, Hillary Clinton is not the only longtime enemy of President Trump that's looking to play nice all of a sudden. In fact, take a look at what Obama's former CIA director, John Brennan, had to say about all of this just yesterday afternoon. So folks, pay attention very closely here. Let it play.
I hope that Donald Trump stays strong, pushes for a ceasefire across the board, not just an air ceasefire, but on the battlefield. Freeze that so we can stop some of this suffering. But I really don't see Vladimir Putin reneging or pulling out of the territory that he's in now. But I would second a nomination for a Nobel Peace Prize of Hillary Clinton for Donald Trump if, in fact, that happens. But I see the chances of that being next to zero.
Huh. So that's a little bit weird, right? All of a sudden, Obama's former CIA director, John Brennan, is also saying that he'd be willing to nominate President Trump for a Nobel Peace Prize right alongside Hillary Clinton. And by the way, keep this in mind, this comes at a time when Brennan is actually under investigation for his involvement in the Obamagate Russian collusion hoax. So folks, here's the reality. As you can see, all of these deep state swamp beasts are absolutely freaking out right now because they know that they're getting exposed and investigated. And so really, what they're trying to do is throw a Hail Mary, so to speak, hoping that they can do something, anything, to convince President Trump to let up on pursuing their cases, but considering that's their angle, I think they're going to be pretty disappointed. And the reason I say that is because we all know that President Trump wants accountability, the Trump administration wants accountability, but more importantly, we, the American people, want accountability. All of these deep state swamp beasts can panic as much as they want, but the reality is it's only a matter of time before they are sitting inside of a prison cell because we are finally putting America first.